Hey guys, welcome back. So in today's video I wanted to go over something a little bit different. I know I've been talking a lot lately about the Telegram games and the tapping games, which is great if you don't have a lot of money and you want to get started into the airdrop game. But if you do have some money to play with, or you have a couple dollars sitting in your Ton wallet and you want to make use of it, this is something that you can do to kind of get your toes in the water as far as getting started with DeFi farming and stuff like that, because that's where the real money's at when it comes to airdrops. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the Ton Incentive Layer mini app. Now, I actually like this a lot. With this, you really just go on and you partake with different tasks and everything like that, and that kind of ups your credit score basically. And if you've ever interacted with websites like Galx or Layer 3, it's basically the same thing, and what's cool about that is it gets you to do all these quests. You in turn start to do different DeFi interactions and stuff like that, and playing around with all these different apps, and that kind of makes you eligible for all kinds of different airdrops. So the first thing that's going to happen is when you log into this app, you're going to see that it has your credit score here, and then it gives you the chance to mint a Wise Credit SBT. It doesn't cost any money, and that's free to do. It'll just take you to another thing called Ton Society, where you'll just be able to mint the NFT, and we'll be talking about that in a second as well. The next thing you can do is go over to improve credit, and when you go there, it'll give you all different tasks and whatnot that you can do to improve your credit score. A couple of them I already did, like adding your wallet and everything like that. So then after you do those, then you can start doing the DeFi quest, which is pretty cool. So if you click right here where it says DeFi investment, Ton investor, improve your credit score, the first thing that comes up is their late night DeFi quests. Now these seem like a lot of work, but they're actually all pretty easy, and I'll just go over them all with you really quick. The first one they have here is completing tasks on Ton stakers, and with this all you're going to do is you're going to join their channel, and then you can stake some Ton. Now the choice of Ton that you choose to stake is up to you. I always like to do a minimum of 1 with anything, because a lot of airdrops usually have an eligibility where if you staked at least 1 of this or 1 of that, you're eligible for the airdrop. So that's kind of why I try to do that, but it's up to you. A friend of mine was literally just staking like cents and a couple dollars here and there and managed to complete all the quests as well. The input and everything that you put in is up to you. It's all about really just getting these quests done in the end though. So after you've joined the channel, then you can do the staking of the Ton, which again is super easy. You'll just head over to their app and you'll link up your wallet, and then you can just stake your Ton right here. And then once you stake the Ton, you'll end up receiving their liquid stake token, which you can then go and stake into other things as well. Then the next one is the same thing. It's for the BMO app, and with this you're just going to join their channel, and then you'll stake some Ton there as well. Much like the other one, it's very easy, and you'll just go here, you'll stake whatever amount of Ton that you want to, then you'll be given a liquid staking token in exchange. Then the next one is for the EVA app, which with this one you'll just join their channel, and now with this you'll supply some of the liquid stake Ton that you have. So either some of the TS Ton that you have from Ton stakers, or some of the S Ton that you have from the BMO app. This one is very easy to do. Now with this you'll be able to supply whatever you want, and for me I ended up supplying 1 of my TS Ton from Ton stakers, and then after I supply that you're able to then borrow. Now when it comes to borrowing, I never go crazy with that shit because I just worry. I'm always worried about borrowing. I hate borrowing money from anybody. So when it came to that, all I did was I ended up borrowing $1.71 in USDT, and that's that. And I've just got that chilling out. I'm not doing anything else with it. It's just chilling, doing its thing, and after a little while I'll return the amount I'm borrowing, and I'll probably pull out my supply, or maybe I'll add to it. However, that was all I had to do, and that made me eligible to be able to mint my little SBT badge. Now after that, the next one you have is StoneFi, and for this one you just join their channel, and then you'll go and you'll provide liquidity for either Ton and USDT or your staked Ton and USDT. Now when it comes to putting in liquidity, you always want to be careful because liquidity can be a gamble. It can either go really good or really bad, so only ever put in what you can afford to lose with this, which is why I put in the bare minimum. I put in 0.59 Ton and $3.22 of USDT for a total of $6.46, mainly because A, I'm too cheap, and B, because I don't have a lot of money to screw with on the Ton network yet, and I'm really just trying to get my toes into these apps. Once I see which apps I like, then I'll start putting more money and investing more into said apps. Then the next one is complete tasks on DDust, where all you have to do is join their channel, and then again you can provide liquidity for Ton USDT or S Ton USDT. Now for DDust, I basically did the same thing. I did not put in a lot at all. I just put in a little bit of Ton and a little bit of USDT for a value of $10.21, and that made me eligible to complete the quest. And again, that's all I'm going to do. I'll stick it out and I'll wait to see which apps I like, and then I'll throw more money into those apps. And then there was the last one, which is completing tasks on Storm Trade. So you had to join their channel, which is easy. Then you had to vault some USDT or ton, and then open a trade in any trading pair. So let me show you guys what I did for this. So when you're new to trading, stuff like this can be a little bit intimidating, which is why I'm going to walk you through this, because it really isn't that hard and you can get away with putting in the bare minimum like I did. So first and foremost, they had it to where you could open up a position. So what I did is I opened up a long position on ton, and you can choose whatever price you want. I just chose to invest 1 ton into it that I had. So again, you don't have to put in that much. You can put in less if you want. I just chose 1 ton, and I chose to long it because I feel that ton's probably going to be doing good in the long run. With all the stuff going on in their ecosystem and all the apps starting to blossom and do good, I can definitely see a lot of promise going on with this, but that's just me, not financial advice. Sometimes I'm stupid, so don't do what I do all the time. And then if you go over into their vault section here, this is where you can lock up some of your ton if you want, and that's what I did. I ended up taking 1 ton and locked it up, and that was that. I didn't do anything else. I just put in that 1 ton, and then after I vaulted up that 1 ton, then I went and opened up that long position. So again, this is all up to you and how you want to do it. However, you would definitely want to come here, put in at least a tiny amount into this, the vault, and then maybe open up a tiny position. Only open up what you can afford to lose and only put in what you can afford to lose. And after I did all that, I was eligible to complete these quests. Now, when you complete all these quests, you'll see here where it says Mint SBT on Ton Society, and that's the next thing that I want to talk about. So Ton Society is another really cool app on the Telegram app here, which allows you to mint different badges and things you've participated in, as well as claim badges for things that you might be eligible for. So for example, I was able to go and claim the DGen Airdrop and all these different ones right here, and some of these you'll probably be eligible for too as well. Like if you have Telegram Premium, you can get the TGgram Elite SBT. The DGen Airdrop one should be claimable. That one was a very easy one. These are all the ones that I got for completing that quest that I was just talking about here on the Mint Wise app. This one right here, the Wise Credit Score one, that's one you'll get when you start the Wise Credit app. And then over here, I've got the NOMIS Ton Score, which I'm going to go over in a second. The Normie Airdrop Participant, which is another thing you can get. And then the Ton Society OG badge, which I got just about a month or two ago. And they're all very easy to do. So if you go into the app and you go to the top here, you head over to society.ton.org. And when you go to that site here, it's going to show you all the different badges which are eligible that you can claim and that you can participate in. And some of them are just as easy as signing up and doing the task. Others are just easy as going in and claiming the badge, like the DGen Airdrop and stuff like that. So if you haven't done this, head over to society.ton.org and make sure you grab some of these badges, because I definitely feel it'll come into play in the future when all these airdrops start happening. This right here, the Open League, has been getting a lot of talk, so if you want to jump into this, you should definitely do it. It's all different kinds of airdrops and DeFi activity you can partake in with a contest that they're doing, and it could be worth it. So at least go claim both badges, and then if you want to check out more and look more into it, you can do so right here. In their about section here, it tells you everything that they're doing and what they're up to, and I really do dig what this app is doing. I always like apps like this that encourage DeFi activity and everything like this within the community, so make sure you check this out and make sure you mint a couple badges as well. Alright, now next up is the NOMIS app, which is one I've talked about before. With this one, it's kind of two things in one. First off, you can log in with the app and you can automatically start farming emanation, which is basically their points that they have, and you can just check in every so often. You just click on collect and then you click mine and you'll be good to go. But the big play with this one is that they let you mint a ton ID, which is huge, because anytime I've done any kind of airdrops or anything like that on the Ethereum network and similar, they've always had certain requirements that you have to have, like proof of humanity or something like that, and you would have had to have minted some kind of NFT to prove that you were human, and that's basically what this is. So if you click here on the little purple button down at the bottom, it'll bring you to what your reputation score is, and this score constantly changes. Now my advice on this would be that if you are new to this and you're new to the Ton network, log in, take note of what your score is, check down at the bottom and see all the different things you've done and all your different interactions, and try to improve on that. Because the thing is once you mint your reputation score, if it goes up, you have to like remint it again, and even though it's at less of a price, it's only for 0.5 ton, it still sucks, you know, because I don't like having to do that, especially if it's constantly changing like mine is. So your best bet would be is to log in, check your score, and then go do some DeFi activity. Try to get your score up to like 40 or higher, and then once you do that, then you can go down and mint it. To mint it costed me 1 ton, and then if you want to update it, you can just come back and do so for 0.5 ton. But like I said, make sure you've gotten your score up a decent amount of points before you go back and do that. And then every so often you can just go down, check, and hit the refresh button. It'll give you an updated version of what your score is. They have a task section over here that you can do to earn different points as well, like a lot of these apps. You can also invite friends and stuff like that too, which is pretty cool, and any emanation that they farm, you'll get some as well. They have their partners here, so if you've used the app and you've minted your ID, sometimes that might actually get you a benefit in some of these apps if you want to check them out. And yeah, that's basically it for this one. It's super simple. You just want to come in and mint that ID and check up on it every so often, because I'm sure in the future there's going to be a lot of DeFi apps and apps like that that are going to require this. So it's good to have, and again, it's good to get in on it early. And then the last thing I want to discuss was the On Ton app. Now this is kind of cool because what this is this goes over all different kind of events which are happening on Ton. Some of them are just AMAs you can jump in and listen to, or different lectures and stuff like that. So if you're really interested in like blockchain activity and staying up to date on different news, or maybe checking out new projects, this is something you might want to do. Now there's something I'm going to talk about that I did, and this is a total gamble because it wasn't cheap, and that's their On Ton mystery event they're doing. So my friend told me about this and I was like, all right dude, what's the deal? So it's a ticket to a special event that they're going to be doing. The ticket price is 6 ton, which is like $30, so it's really not fucking cheap, you know, if you're a cheapskate like me. But basically the deal with this is it's going to be an event where they're going to be going over all different kinds of stuff about the Ton network, and you can see here where it says these tickets unlock your entry to the main event and give you access to exclusive digital assets and hidden bonuses that could be more valuable than you think. Down here, we dare you to step into the unknown. Ton invites you to an exclusive virtual event. What you could discover might be a hidden treasure, or it could be nothing at all. And I'm like, all right, fine. The last time I heard someone say could be something or could be nothing was when Notcoin happened, and that shit ended up being something. So I figured, fuck it, did it, why not? So who knows? There could be airdrops, they could be giving you free shit, free NFTs, God only knows what, whitelists maybe to certain projects, which would be pretty cool. So I figured, fuck it, it's a gamble, but I don't give a shit. I've already made enough in airdrops off of Ton to where I can fuck around and gamble some of that money back into it. So that's up to you if you want to do that. You know, if you're a real nerd for blockchain shit like I am, then yeah, you'll want to do it. And if not, you can just sit back and see if I gambled my money away like an idiot or if it was actually worth it. But those are just the apps you guys want to check out. I would highly suggest doing that. And those are the apps that you guys want to check out. I would highly suggest jumping into this. Like I said, it's a great way to get started into this. And yes, there still is a lot more out there that you can play around with. I'm going to start checking out some NFT stuff as well and seeing what's good with that and with the best ways to farm that. And I'll also do some videos when I can. But I just wanted to pump this out because it's a really good way to get your toes in the water, like I said. And I really think it's cool how these apps are doing this, and to be first and be early on a lot of this stuff could have some potential. I've got my little section right here, my little DeFi section full of all the different stuff that I like and everything like that, and I'm sure that I'll be adding to it. And like I said, when you're partaking in these quests, you don't have to put in a lot of money like I did. You can put in the very bare minimum and then sit back and wait, because all these different apps that you see, StoneFi, StormTrade, EVA, BMO, TonStakers, all of these are probably going to end up doing their own individual airdrop, like a lot of different protocols on the Ethereum network and things have done. Because I've noticed that if you check a lot of these apps, they've already got like point systems and leaderboards and shit like that. So the best thing to do is just put in a small amount, sit back, see which one starts showing the most promise, and then if you want to start putting more of your funds into those apps, that'll be the way to go. I hope this was informative though, and I hope this helped you out. Below I've got all the links that you need and everything like that, so make sure you check those out. I've also got a link to the spreadsheet that contains all the airdrops and everything I'm working on. Then there's also a link to my Twitter below if you want to give me a follow, because I'm always posting up stuff on there. But other than that, thanks for stopping by. I always appreciate it. Take it easy and let's get paid, fam.
We're all gonna make it. We're all gonna make it.